Hi everyone, I've got an exciting video today because I'm going to be showing you the Bite Roadtrip collection. I love Bite Beauty's lipsticks, and I especially love when they put out, I think it's their summer collection, because this was recently launched for the summer, and the one they put out last year, the Spice collection, I love that to pieces, and I still wear those colors not daily, but like somewhere in the range of weekly. The shades are just incredible, and the ones in the Road Trip collection are equally exciting. What Bite has done with the Road Trip collection is they've chosen 8 cities in North America, and they've created colors based on that city, sort of the aesthetic of it and sort of how that city comes across in a color. Now, not everybody's gonna agree on the color choice for a particular city, especially if you live there, but I do like the idea behind it. What they've done with the packaging is they've used their normal like gray packaging, but they've added little lipsticks as skyscrapers around it, which I think is incredibly adorable. And then the tag at the top tells you or shows you what the color is. So this one is San Francisco, which is more of an orangey red. And they've got a little image up here of, I believe, the Golden Gate Bridge. So all of the lipsticks have a little emblem that sort of represents the city. Now, San Francisco is not actually the name of the lipstick. All of the bottoms of the tubes actually show a hashtag. So this one is hashtag #BiteOfSF. Honestly, in practice, I'm way more likely to refer to this lipstick as the actual city name. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, this one is San Francisco. To give you an idea of the rest of the cities, New York City has an apple for the Big Apple. And then we have Dallas with a little cowboy hat. For Chicago, we have the C in bright lights, which I believe is to represent the actual musical Chicago. For LA, or Los Angeles, we have a little star, which kind of represents the Walk of Fame. For Miami, we have a cute little flamingo. For Atlanta, we have a little peach. And then for Toronto, this one kind of makes me laugh. So the only Canadian city in this lineup is the one for Toronto, and they've put a maple leaf on it, which I suppose makes sense, but that kind of represents the entirety of Canada. They probably could have put the CN Tower on this. Now, I have to say, my general review of Bite's lipsticks is that they are always flawless. I have yet to encounter a Bite bullet lipstick that I have not enjoyed. I feel like the pigmentation is always perfect. It is almost always completely opaque. If it is a little bit translucent, you can build it up so that it becomes completely opaque, so I have no issues there. I also really like the smell on the Amuse-Bouche lipsticks, which these are all Amuse-Bouche formula. It's kind of a sweet citrus scent, and it is really nice. What I love so much about the Amuse-Bouche formula, and it's no different for this range, the Road Trip collection, is that they are just a really comfortable lipstick to wear. They're a cream formula, so there are no mattes in this collection, and they just go on the lips really smoothly. They glide on, the pigmentation is beautifully intense, and it lasts on your lips comfortably. While these do go on the lips creamy and smooth, I do find that they go actually quite matte around the 3 or 4 hour mark. It's like some of the creaminess just sort of evaporates on your lips, and you're left with a little bit more of a matte texture over time. This doesn't disappoint me. Actually, it makes me quite happy because I like a creamy lipstick because it's quite comfortable to wear, but a matte lipstick for me has more longevity. So when this starts to fade, like some of the creaminess fades around the 4 hour mark, and I'm left with more of a matte color on my lips, I'm quite happy because to me that says that that color is going to last even longer. I get easily 5 to 6 hours of wear out of these lipsticks. I don't tend to wear lipsticks for a very long time. Like a 10-hour lipstick day is just never gonna happen for me. But if a lipstick can last 5 or 6 hours, I am perfectly content with it, and that's exactly what these do. They probably can go longer. I just have no interest in wearing a lipstick for such a long period of time. All right, now that I've chatted your ear off about the Amuse-Bouche formula and Bite's Road Trip collection, let's take a look at the shades on my lips.
Breathe in the air, the light that surrounds me. If we hold ourselves together, we'll go far. Created a space, in my head it was empty, but I know that I want to be where you are. I was denied. I had spent those years, did not recognize the person that's inside. Believe me, I swear, the story's not over. As I fall, I will continue to get up. I cannot stop because it is over.
Alright, those were the 8 shades swatched out on my lips. If you're from any of the 8 cities that were mentioned in the lipsticks, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on the color that is being represented by your city. I know we can get very attached to a particular place, especially if we're from there, and sometimes somebody else's impression of our city doesn't always necessarily jive with how we feel about it. For me, the 3 colors that are my favorite conveniently do include Toronto, which is kind of nice. So the Toronto lipstick, I was initially concerned about, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw that they were putting out a red for Toronto, I was like, ugh, typical. Canadian products are always just red because our flag is red and white, so everyone just assumes that red represents Canada, which it does quite often, but when we're constantly seeing products that are just red, red, red for us, I'm like, oh, this is so boring. However, the lipstick that they've gone with, or the shade rather, for Toronto is not just the Canadian flag red, and that makes me really happy. There's a lot of like burnt orangeness to it. The red orangeness of it actually represents to me a lot of the leaves as they turn in the fall times, and so I really like this shade. It's one of my 3 favorites in this collection, and I'm glad that it's the one from Toronto. But I'm also glad that it's not just a straight red. One of the other ones that is my favorite is the one I'm wearing right now. It's the shade from Atlanta, and I mean, it fits the name. It's a peach color, Georgian peaches, and I think it's beautiful. This is one of those easy to wear colors that I can slap on with a lot of eye looks. I think it works really well with my transition color, and I wore this makeup look with a really bright neon pink top the other day, and I thought this color worked out really well with it. Neon shirt colors can be kind of hard to wear lipstick colors with, but I thought this one was beautiful. And I just think it's one of those my lips but better and slightly more peach colors, so I really enjoyed the shade from Atlanta. And then the other one, whew, this is my 3rd favorite, and this one is absolute fire. This is the one from San Francisco, and it is beautiful. I want to call this like a fire engine orange color because it is so bright. It is so, I mean, it's verging on neon, really. It is so vividly orange. It reminds me a lot actually of Saffron Fire from the Spice collection last year, which was another favorite of mine. I deeply loved that color. And this one reminds me of that, except I think it's actually more neon, which is impressive because that was a really bright shade last year. So San Francisco, Atlanta, and Toronto are my favorites from this collection. But I did really like all of the colors. I think all of them are beautiful and they are a lot of fun to wear. So that's going to be it for the Bite Road Trip collection. Let me know what you thought of the colors, especially if you come from one of the cities or even live in one of the cities that they made a shade for. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!
The story's not over.